right now on Fox 35 News at 10.
Got a Fox 35 Health Watch right now. Great news in the battle against obesity. For the first time in more than 40 years, Americans are eating fewer calories. The New York Times gathered this data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. People are watching what they eat. As a result, for the first time, obesity rates appear to have peaked for adults. The most interesting stat that we saw, full-calorie soda consumption has dropped 25% since the late 1990s. Dr. Jamin Brombat from South Lake Hospital, Orlando Health. These numbers that are starting to go down, they've been tracking these numbers for what, some odd 40 years, how many calories we're taking in, obesity rates and so forth. And this is really the first encouraging news that we've had, which shows you, despite all the efforts, how long it takes to change people's eating habits.
Definitely takes a long time, Bob. Researchers basically compiled data from 3 major surveys. There are big collection banks about what we eat and what we do and how much activity we have. And this is the first time they've found some positive results where we're actually decreasing the amount of calories we're intaking, and obesity rates, which have exponentially been going up, are finally stabilizing. I think this is very encouraging news against in our battle against obesity.
But it's not just the effort to say, okay, sugary drinks are bad for you, and you got to eat less if you want to weigh less, or even the First Lady's Get Up and Move campaign. All of these things are combined, but it shows you how difficult it is to change people's habits, because this is a minute. It's really just stemmed the tide of rising, hasn't it? It's not like they've plummeted. The obesity rates.
We have a long way to go. If you look at Americans, 1 in 3 Americans, adults are obese. 1 in 6 children, American children are obese. But we're getting there, slowly but surely. If you look at soda consumption, in 1998, we used to intake 40 gallons of soda a year per person. Whereas now, in 2014, it's down to 30 gallons. So we're definitely making that change. I mean, changes in the school system, what our kids are drinking. And actually, manufacturers are making note of this as well. Manufacturers are now focusing on healthy, lower-calorie beverages, as well as sweeteners for water as well.
You keep mentioning the children, and that's really been the focus of, childhood obesity has been such a thing. But maybe this newest generation, they're growing up with the knowledge that maybe the previous generations didn't have, and so it's harder to get rid of those habits for people my age. But the kids coming up, they already know that soda's bad for you, and they need to eat better.
Yeah, and they're much more tech savvy, so they have the apps where they actually see the calories.
Oh yeah.
And now all menus have calories. When I was growing up, I would order French fries and
ignorance
we would never
is
know.
bliss.
But now when you see 300 calories, you're like, maybe I'll get the apples instead.
Right.
So it's definitely a mindset is changing, as well as technology, and it's good that the government and various healthcare professionals are supporting movements to change the way we're taking care of ourselves. So.
Well, Jamin, we appreciate you coming in and giving us the skinny on this.
Yeah. Thank you, Bob.
Bad humor. Good to have you here.
Thanks, Bob.